All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Saturday. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for, sticking with us. We're streaming a little early. We got a, you might say, we got something special lined up for y'all tonight. I'm excited to get started. How's Thanks for coming out. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna play a new game tonight. Woo! Happy Saturday! Ask a Skeleton. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, it's a brand new game that my buddy made, and he very graciously provided me with a key, and I'm gonna attempt to play it first. You guys are gonna get to watch me, fail miserably. Keep expectations low. But then I figured let's bring the guy on. Have a little chat. He's gonna show us how to play it properly. And the main point of this little experiment tonight is talking about indie dev and all that entails. Is I want everyone to go and wishlist this game tonight. You can see a pinned chat at the top of my little chat up there. It says wishlist Bub-O Burst. Anytime you want to do that, wishlisting costs nothing, and it goes a long way. So gonna have fun. Gonna play a new game. I'm gonna die a lot. That's what I plan on doing. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll get lucky. Yeah. Let's get this little dog and pony show on the road. Let me see here. I gotta switch a couple of inputs. Let me switch. Let's get Nilbog into gaming mode. When you wish upon a list, yeah. You see game developers talk about wish lists, and we're going to talk to the creator, and get the scoop on discoverability of a game. That's really important. There's so many games that come out every year. It's ridiculous. How do you compete? Whoa.
Nilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
Flork of Cows.
Flock of Cows just followed.
Thanks for the follow, buddy. So many games every day. Yeah, that's a good point. So when a buddy of mine makes a game, I want to play it, and two, I want to share it. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. And it's going to be a little experiment. It's going to be a little rough, I'm sure, but be patient, and we'll try and do our best. That's all. That's all we can do, right? Let's see. Let's go into in 2023, an average of 50 games released on Steam per day. Oh my god, that's too many games. Yeah, there's competition when you make a game. And then I want to ask questions about how do you price it? How do you be competitive? Get your questions ready. What have you always wanted to ask a game dev? You're going to be able to speak to one after I play the game a little bit first, muddle through, show you how not to play it. He'll come on and play it, and then we'll ask him some good questions. But yeah, get all your questions, write them down, get ready. Howdy, Quinn Collects. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming by on this fun little Saturday experiment stream. Just getting situated here, Okay, I need to do is switch to a different OBS. this one. Ah, yes. Look up there. Bub-O Burst Wishlist-A-Palooza. Yay! It's a Wishlist-A-Palooza, folks. It'll be fun. You'll see. You'll all see. You know, if you wishlist this game, maybe ooh, 8-bit weapon. 8-bit weapon.
Spelled backwards.
8-bit weapon just followed.
We have a celebrity in the house tonight, folks. 8-bit weapon, phenomenal musician team. We'll have some questions for 8-bit weapon. Stay tuned. Wow, the first celebrity sighting in the Goblin Cave. This is fun. Look up 8-bit weapons music. I think you guys will all be really. Hey, yay! Yay! 8-bit weapons here! Hell yeah! Let's effing go! But yeah, we're just getting rolling. Let me start the game. Why not? You guys can all watch me really screw this up. I need this. Oop, gotta move that over here. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, it's a little off center. Why did I have that move? I gotta adjust my OBS real quick. Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. This is live editing. Little live editing. Why not? I like it over here. It's not gonna block. I'll block it a little bit. I'm sorry. Let's see. You guys can all hear that. I gotta put it down just a little bit. Looks good there. Yeah. Okay. Looks good there. All right. We'll stop. We'll stop fucking with it. What else do I need? I need to go into gamer mode. Watch that. Jam Hondu. Hey, welcome. Let's see. Where is this button? Hell yeah. Gamer mode. Gamers only. All right. Buckle up, folks. Let me see if I can attempt to not mess this up too badly. Oh, now, of course, it switched up on me. Okay, that looks good. Start. Let's start at the beginning. How's it going, gamer? You know, just playing a brand new game. Early access. Top secret. Wishlist this game, folks. As you come in, do the game devs a big favor and wishlist it. That's job one. But here we go. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna muddle through this. Beat the Unbub with 200,000 points. Let's see if I can do it. There's me, and I gotta collect these letters before the Unbub tries to get me. You can see I went the easy route. The more bubbles you put on the screen, though, the bigger point spread you get. So if I go around and paint lots of bubbles, he's scaring me. And he stole a letter, and I gotta get around him. Oh, I had a shield. Oh, he's gonna get me. No, I died. All right, we're gonna try this again. Got the safety shield. I'm gonna try and get a lot more points. He's a little jerk. He got that. I got it back. Oh, he got the S. Oh, he's where I need to be. And he got the S again. I'm gonna get it, and now that's how you win it. You gotta get all the letters, and then you clear the board. But that little fucker, boy, he just stole a letter. I'm gonna get the safety shield. Oh, I'm just gonna I made all the bubbles happen, and there you go. That's major points. I got maximum points. Oh yeah, when he dies, he's a cute little ghost. Isn't that fun? Okay, let's keep going. Oh, there's a new thing on this level. There's enemies. These. And I can shoot him and kill him. But now that the unbub dropped the T, and I gotta get past him and get it back. And then that's how you win. We're getting through it. I'm showing you how it's done. And this music by 8-Bit Weapon is insane. I love the chiptunes, and I think there's it's got some unique features that maybe we can get them to explain. And I died. And I want to get you, and I want to get this, and get... No! Got you. Deal with you later. We're getting through it. Getting through level 1. Pretty fun. Final sector score. All right, what'd I get? Whoa. Oh, cutscene. Bub-O, you got him. Oh. Okay, here we go. Sector 2. I haven't beaten Sector 2 yet. This is as far as I've gotten. But we'll get it. Things are now harder. Let's get some of these. Oh. Let's see. Oh. So that makes bubbles everywhere, and I think that makes all the enemies able to move, if I'm correct. Get this and get that. Did it. We're back in business. That was a cute cutscene, yeah. You know, you didn't know this game had a story mode. Okay, here we go. Kill that. Get you. Kill you. See, these enemies can't move unless there's bubbles around them. And Bub-O makes bubbles, so as you pass by them, they can chase after you. Get my safety shield. Get the S and the T. Oh, I cleared it. I'm doing good. This is some pro gamer strats you're seeing here, folks. I may have been practicing. I think my luck's about to run out. Oh, he died. Okay, yeah, I don't think I've beaten this level. Let's see. Oh! Yeah, the pattern gets really fast when you go. Okay, I gotta. Oh, I can go on the other side like Pac-Man. Look at that. Okay, get my shield. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's kill him. Oh no! Oh! Oh, interesting. I could shoot and they come out the other side. I'm learning. I got him. He's gonna die. Ah! Game over. Ah! All right, let's start again. It's okay. We're gonna try it one more time. You'll see. I'll get it. Oh! Get my shield. Get these dudes. Get the R. Yeah, did it. We're blasting through it. All right, here we go. Oh, it already stole one. This is like a fun little puzzle game. It reminds me in some ways of... I guess it's the way the points all blast around when you win. It reminds me of a Pac-Man Champion Edition, which I love because that also reminds me of like a slot machine. Let's see. All right, here we go. This is my nemesis level. Oh yeah, here we go. We got it this time. We got it this time. I just gotta get this. Get my T. That's the T. That's the T, folks. We did it. We surpassed it. We got beyond what we thought we couldn't do. Now we're gaming. Okay, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. That enemy's now gonna follow me up my trail, but I can kill him. when I pass it, these little dots are the enemy's eyes, and you pass by them, it animates them. It brings them, it wakes them up. So I don't like them to chase me, so I just kill them. You know, I'm brutal. Oh, I didn't see that one. I'm playing games. How's it going? I'm just sharing this new game. We're gonna talk to the game dev in just a little bit. I just want to play it until, you know, I hit a brick wall. I'm doing better than I thought I would be, which is great. Oh my god. Oh my god! I might be hitting the brick wall. Sorry for the yell. Let me kill this dude. Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Jersey Beezy just raided with 30 viewers.
Jersey Beezy, thank you for the raid! I am Nilbog, Metal Goblin VTuber, and I am playing a new game, Bub-O Burst. Bub-O Burst. Demo's releasing very soon. On Monday. And we're gonna talk to the game dev himself very soon. Don't get cocky. There's a T I need. No! I was so close. Pitter pat.
Pitter pat just followed.
Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, folks. I'm a little distracted, but I appreciate everybody. I'm just trying to play this new game.
Jersey Beezy just followed.
I'm gonna switch it over to our special guest very shortly, and then I can give you guys my full attention. Scoot Spawny, yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Spawny just followed.
I'm gonna quit playing for a second, because all the follows and the raid. Thank you, folks. Let me switch out of gamer mode and give you guys my full attention here. I'm gonna quit Bub-O Burst. Close. Let's see. Whoa, Crowpen, thanks for the follow.
Crowpen just followed.
Here. Oh, where's Bub-O? It's still close window. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Let me go to just chatting. Thanks for coming in, everybody. We got a special guest. A special guest. I'm just getting my window situated here. Okay, let me catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Hope you've been having a good time gaming. I crashed my GameCube game. Oh yeah. Oh wow. What were you guys playing on GameCube? I'd be interested. I love your avatar. Oh my god, so creative. Thanks, Crowpen. That model is beautiful. Woo! Wobbo bubbo, wobbo bubbo. Yeah, everybody. You know, the ulterior motive of this is to you know, check out the pinned chat and maybe wishlist my buddy's game. Wishlisting's free, and it really helps discoverability of a solo indie dev. One person made the game we just watched, and let's bring him out here. I think he's waiting. He's been on mute, hiding in the background. I'm gonna switch over. Casper the Friendly Ghost Shovelware. I don't know about that. Let's see. I need to go to here. Whoa! Gabe?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. I can hear you. Chat.
Is that Nilbog?
It's Nilbog himself. In the flesh, in the iron.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for the code of your game.
Of course.
Can everybody hear Gabe? I'm just doing an audio check. Wow, what a cool machine you've got there. Oh yeah. Maybe you can talk about it.
Oh. My little my PVM playing.
Sounds good to me. Okay, great. Yes.
Playing some games. Yeah. I always try to have it on.
Yeah, because it's that's like the prettiest way to look at like a an old school game, right? Like that's where like the phosphors and the glows and
the lasers go right into your eyes.
that's what I like. Just pure carnage. But yeah, folks, Gabe is the solo game dev of Bub-O Burst. Demo arriving Monday.
And I am 8-Bit did all the music too.
I am 8-Bit. Okay, you're right.
I mean, sorry, 8-Bit Weapon.
I am 8-Bit's the gallery, right? That's like the local gallery. 8-Bit Weapon. Good correction. Who's in the chat? Maybe he left. Maybe he saw me playing. He's like, oh god.
He's also known as Seth Sternberger.
Seth Sternberger, welcome, and I love your music.
He's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, let's let Gabe play this game for a hot minute. I think that's the way to do it. And then while you're playing, maybe chat has any questions. I'll comment like it's like it's the NES finals. I don't know. I'm gonna wing it.
Maybe I'll give you some hot tips as I play.
Give me some hot tips. Yes.
Yeah.
Give the chat all the hot tips. That's what this is for. This is kind of a fun experiment tonight. So yeah, whenever you're ready, we'll switch over to gamer mode with Gabe.
All right.
GABE SWARR.
Tell me if this works.
Okay. I see it. I don't hear it yet. I can still hear you though.
Does that work?
I don't hear. I can hear you. I don't hear the game yet.
Let me see. I think you're good. It's on my end.
Yeah, we've done a couple of tech rehearsals, folks, but audio's. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, I hear it.
There you go. That's
I hear it. Yay! We have game sound.
You are so excited. You're so excitable.
Well,
is that how all goblins are? Or is it just you?
We're all pretty. We're a rowdy bunch. What do you want from us? It's that's our way. That's the goblin way. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Gabe's gonna get started.
Yeah, so this is Bub-O Burst. It's a very simple arcade game. I think you saw already. This is the opening cutscene. Did you guys see this?
Oh no, I missed the opening cutscene. Let's watch it. Oh, Bubbo's sleeping.
You can narrate.
He's got a snot bubble. I love it. This is Bub-O, a little bubble blowing creature. He's little, doing what he loves most. Napping. Oh, it's relatable.
He's a pretty lazy little thing.
What is Bub-O? Is he a cannon? Uh-oh.
He's a forest creature. So there's like a bunch of weird creatures in the forest, and he's one of them.
He could be a fairy, a fae. Bub-O! Someone's yelling at Bub-O. It's the mischievous Unbub. And he wants to play. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh fuck! Got him. Now we're in it. Right, Bub-O is so cute and silly, says Ask a Skeleton. A Skeleton. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so like what Nilbog was saying is like if you fill the screen with bubbles, you can get more points. One tip is just learning this guy's pattern, the Unbub pattern. Like, once you learn that, then it's
over for him.
Pretty much adapt. Yeah, exactly.
He's going
down.
down.
Have him pass. If you usually stick to the edges, you have more time to react.
You did tell me it's easier to avoid the Unbub at the top or the bottom. Whoa, this is Gobs here. Hey, that's another person that Gabe knows. This is Goblin. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna paint the scene with your bubbles. Oh, you had a shield. Welcome on in, Benny Hanna 97. Welcome on in. I love all the emotes. He's going for it, folks. He's going for a full screen bubble paint job. Oh, close. Maximum! Maximum!
So luckily, you have this power-up right here. It's like a flashing cube.
Uh-huh.
That fills the whole screen with bubbles, so you don't have to paint the whole thing manually. So as soon as you get this, the whole thing fills with bubbles.
That one's easy mode. Got it.
So basically, you want to do that right before you get the last letter. So to maximize your bubbles. Because later in the game, there might be some enemies that pop your bubbles.
I'm just rocking out to this 8-bit weapon music.
So like, don't get the last bubble or last letter until you fill the screen. And then
Oh. I'm just grooving. Maximum! Maximizing my bubble! Everyone, maximize your bubble. Chat. Be like Bub-O and maximize your bubbles. Oh, he beat it! New record. New record.
And you guys saw this little cutscene, right?
Oh, yeah, that's cute. He thinks he's so... Oh, he... That Unbub, man.
Oh,
What a
Bub-O
bastard.
never learned.
Bub-O! Bub-O!
I'll beat this level coming up for you, Nilbog, just for you.
Oh, good. Yeah. This one gave me... Oh my goodness. Damn. How many levels are there?
There are 40 screens.
40 screens. Old school term. Old school 8-bit term.
There's single screen levels, and
Mhm.
some take 5 seconds and some take 2 minutes. Just depends
On the player, on the skill level.
Yeah, and sometimes there's some things you have to like move around or wait for or adapt to. So it's definitely like an adapt on the fly type of game.
This is Gob says
This is
amazing.
this is the level, right? That you
Oh yeah, this is the one that killed me. That I said no more. Oh look
since
how
you can wrap around this way.
Pac-Man rules.
Yeah, so it makes sense to fire from this direction and then come back the other direction.
I love that strat. Blue Sharky. Yeah, it's like Pac-Man. Up, 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 up. Is this up for pre-order?
You can wishlist it.
You can
and then
wishlist
the demo
it.
comes out on Monday.
Wishlist it, folks. The wishlist link to wishlist is the pinned chat. So just look at my chat, click it, and stick it right up there.
This one has a lot of enemies on it.
Oh my god. Whoa, it sure does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there settings for people like me who have epilepsy? Are there epilepsy settings? I don't know.
You can only turn off the shake. Is the only thing I actually.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good note.
This is definitely an old school arcade game where there's
Yes.
lots of flashes.
Flashing lights. Yeah. Everyone avert your eyes. We're sorry.
Here's
But
another little cutscene.
oh here,
You wanna see?
yeah, I'll be ready. New high score. Oh shit, Bub-O. He went over there. Oh fuck! Pac-Man rules work for the enemy too, Bub-O. Consider physics, I'd say.
There's a new enemy.
Yeah,
called
there's a...
Shuri, because it's like a shuriken.
Uh-huh. Oh, and he's
It
popping
bounces
all your...
around the screen. Yeah, he's destroying all my points. Look at that.
What a little bastard.
A jerk.
That's out of line. Why would you do that? Oh! Oh! Oh my god. You would get that close to him. That would terrify me.
Quite fun.
Oh my god. Yeah. So the longer Shuriken's out, he just makes your points go down because he's taking your bubbles.
Yep. And then this one.
Oh man.
A new enemy called Arrow. Arrow.
I love it. Bub-O dating sim when Nicky Ray 2000 wants to know. Let's ask the game the dev himself.
I should make a dating sim for Bub-O?
I think that's what they're implying.
That'd be great.
Thank you, In the Loft.
Just follow.
Thanks for the follow. That'd be fun. I mean, you what number game is this? You've made multiple games of Bub-O. This is
actually the third game in the Bub-O trilogy.
The third game.
There was one for the Playdate,
oh,
one for the Game Boy Color.
I have the Game Boy Color one.
And this is the very first Steam game I ever made, or a game I made for Steam.
For Steam, okay. I think Dating Sim Bub-O is next. That sounds good. That's your fourth. Too. That's usually the fourth. How quadrilogy.
The title has to be like Bub-O and a verb. So this is Bub-O Burst.
Oh, Bub-O.
And so that would be Bub-O.
Yeah,
Romance.
Blank. No,
Bub-O Romance.
It's got to be something a little. Maybe chat can help.
Oh.
Bub-O blank, and it should be kind of naughty, right? Because it's a dating sim, and that's what you want to see.
Is it called Bub-O Blank?
Bub-O Blank. Bub-O Blanks. That works. I like it. Bub-O Blind Date. Bub-O Blind Date.
Oh.
Bub-O Blow. Pretty good. Naughty, naughty. Whoa. Yeah, this is now like a bullet hell. Holy smokes. Well, Bub-O BF. That's cute. Write these down. Write these down. Bub-O Blush. Oh! Another good one. Bub-O, here, for Bub-O Blush, I have something for that. Let's see. Oh yeah. See? I'm blushing.
Oh.
Bub-O Blush. Bub-O Boink. Bub-O Bangs. Yeah, well, I beat you to it. Bub-O Bang. That's great. Okay, wow. Now I'm seeing some new, oh shit. Some rock
yeah,
tiles.
There's breakable rocks in here, so you can't get to the letters until Shuri breaks those blocks.
Oh, so you gotta let the enemy do the work.
Yeah, and you can stun lock these guys too. So like, Unbub can change their direction if he runs into them, and you can also shoot them with a bubble to change their direction.
8-Bit Weapon says Bub-O Bonanza. That'd be fun.
Oh.
Bub-O Intercourse. Let's
Yeah.
Let's leave
no
nothing.
disguising it.
No disguising it. Nothing to the imagination. Let's go to lunch, people. Bub-O Intercourse. We're calling it that. I like it. That's how that meeting went. Chat's having fun.
Another sector down.
Oh my god. We're blasting through this.
We're bursting through.
Bub-O Burst kind of works too. Sorry, epileptics. Avert your eyes. Oh. Whoa.
Nilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
Salem VHS. Thanks for the follow.
Salem VHS
Wow.
just followed.
So now, so that's the end of the demo. So when you play the demo, that's the whole demo, basically.
Cool. Do you want to show a little bit more to give people a tease?
Yeah, I want to say that, like, so the way we planned this game is like there's like sectors, and then in the sectors there's we call them rounds, which are basically the single screen levels. And so it starts off, there's like, I think there's 5 or 6 in the first 3 sectors, and there's 6 total sectors, and then each sector gets more and more levels as you go through. So it's kind of like a Kirby game where, like, you know, you play the first level of Kirby, and there's like maybe 6 doors, and then it gets, by the end there's like 8 or 12 or whatever, you know?
8-Bit Weapon has another dating sim title, Bub-O-licious.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Bub-O-licious. That's up there. Hey, I like this chat. I always knew I liked you.
So in this sector, like the way we did the music, we'll talk about later, but like this is where it, the tempo starts speeding up a little because it gets a little more intense. So
pro gamers only.
Yeah, you guys ready for this?
This is the what is in Dark Souls? It's like this is the gatekeeper, or like I forget. There's a term. Cool.
All right.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Oh shit. Oh, the music kicked into high too. It's like
So it's a new library of sounds that you are hearing. And we have a new mechanic here too. We have these things called bubble blocks that you can't get through.
Whoa. Impenetrable bubble. Hey, Salem VHS. Thanks for stopping in. We're just playing a new game.
The opposite direction of enemy.
You're painting the town bubbles.
Since you know, if you learn his pattern, not even like, you don't have to know it that well. You just know that when he goes from right to left, he goes underneath.
Wait, so how do you get inside that, the crust? The impenetrable...
One thing I haven't tried is shooting those.
Oh.
So if we shoot it, there you go. See?
I gotcha. His bubbles can break it. The power of a bubble. Oh, he did it. We did it.
Here's one where you have to break a lot of bubbles.
Oh, this music's got a good groove. Oh shit. Oh, so it's, yeah, you have to like just break your way through. It's like breaking glass. Of course, followed you on Twitter for a sec. I thought it would be a really good idea to actually follow on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm learning. The audience is all over the place. This is a sequel to Bubble Dating Sim. The sequel to the Bubble Dating Sim. Are you ready, Gabe? Bub-O Breakup.
Aw, poor Bubbo.
Bub-O.
Bubbo broken heart.
Bub-O. Bub-O Bachelor. Huh? No? Yeah. No.
Got a laser.
Oh, shit. I saw this in the trailer. What? Bub-O child support. Pretty good.
It's just getting sadder and sadder.
Yeah. That's, you know.
So you can shoot these two to stop them.
Oh, it just it pauses the onslaught.
Yep. And of course you wrap through, so it's a good idea.
Gabe, are you on Twitch? Yeah, you are.
I am barely ever on Twitch. I haven't streamed for like years.
He technically is on Twitch because that's how we're talking to each other. I think, is it GABE SWARR?
Mm-hmm.
Just search GABE SWARR. His name's right down here.
I'm not incognito.
He's not.
I'm just like Nilbog. Like he just lets it all out. You know?
Gabe's a flesh tuber. It sounds so dirty. Feels good to finally catch one of your streams. Thanks.
Who doesn't have a flesh tube?
Heyo. Feels good. Thanks. I'm Djabu. Shout out GABE SWARR. Oh yeah. Can I do that? Let's see. I'm gonna do a shout out. Shout out. Oh, maybe you did it. My mod did it. GABE SWARR. Oh, that did the exact same thing. Ha. Thanks, Gab.
Whoa. That's not supposed to happen.
Uh-oh. We have our first glitch. Something the dev did not intend happened. You saw it here live. You were here.
It's not, it can happen, it's just very rare. There's certain things that...
RNG, baby! RNG, yeah. We gotta pray to RNG Jesus. Let's pray.
So I think that's the end of 4 out of 6 sectors. So I think that's a good place to stop.
That's a good place to stop. Let's
want to see one more cutscene?
I do want to see one more cutscene. Let's see. What? Someone's gonna do something violent, is my guess.
Okay, here we go.
Unbub. Bub was so happy. Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Carnage. Oh, look out behind you. Oh, fuck, Shuri!
Cool.
He's gonna kill him. I love it. All right, we're gonna switch over to interview. Interview mode. So yeah, chat. Let me put this out there. First of all, everybody, let's do some recaps. Tonight it's Wishlist-a-Palooza. with Gabe SWARR, the solo game dev, along with 8-Bit Weapon, who made the game we just watched, Bub-O Burst. Nilbog may have to repin the wishlist link. Uh-oh. I can do that.
You can also just search for Bub-O Burst on Steam.
Search for Bub-O Burst on Steam. But I also...
You might even find the demo link up there, too. Somewhere.
I also have it here. I can do that. Hold on 1 second. Copy. Uh-huh. And I just gotta go back to my Twitch. I think the SO unpinned it. Oh. Oh, the shout out unpinned it. Okay, that's good. So now I hit /pin and then say wish list Bub-O Burst, and then I paste bling blong chat. Did that work? Yeah, it worked. I don't want to be Bub-O's Burst or Bubble, but the pin ain't there. Okay. Is it there now? Do you guys see it? That's pretty good. There we go. Okay. Well, we learned something new. If you shout out, it removes your pin. And we can't have that. Hello everybody, welcome on in. Today we just played, you just saw a quick demonstration from the developer himself, Gabe SWARR. And now get your questions ready. Put them in chat. What questions would I want to know? If you have any chat, like questions about game development, what's it like being a solo game dev? But my first question actually is for you. And how long did it roughly take to make Bub-O Burst?
It took exactly 80 work days, which means from scratch, I didn't have anything built ahead of time. I started from scratch and started coding then. That's roughly like
80
on and off, about
3 months.
3 months, and then there's like a little extra time working on the. I had to engineer the way that we did the soundtrack, and then also time for like promo and stuff, which is still going on now. Like fun times like this. You know?
Is this your first project, or you've done other games? You mentioned you've done. This is actually the third Bub-O game in that series, or in the Bub-O series. Bub-O Burst.
So this is actually but this is basically my fourth game. The first game was like a free-to-play I put up on browser for the Game Boy called Life in the Analog Age, Rainy Day, and it's a very slice of life. It's based on a web comic that I did back in the day, autobiographical, and it's a fun RPG, and that had a really good reaction, and I just started trying to make more games and failing, and then I came up with a simple game, Bub-O, for the Game Boy, which is called Bub-O Escape, and that was the first game that I actually made and was published by Limited Run Games.
Cool.
So yeah.
I'm Djabu asks, do you prefer being a solo game dev or working with other people?
I've never worked with any other game developer because this is like, it started off as a hobby and I basically do it in my spare time. I'm like my friend Nilbog, who works in animation most of the day.
We're in animation by trade, but yeah, I know you actually know you were making that Game Boy game while you're in the middle of a heavy show development. Correct? Is that right?
Running Animaniacs. Yeah,
you're running Animaniacs. It's amazing, so this brings me to, that's time management, right? Like, would you say like time management is like the most important skill of like making anything?
Exactly. Like my whole career, I've always liked to do like my day job, and that's what pays the bills. And then the after hours work is like what I really love.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it doesn't pay the bills, but it's the stuff that I can like make that no one else is telling me you can't do that, or you can't, like, this isn't ever going to work or whatever. It's just I'm
there. So I have a day job I work for a big corporation. They get all my drawings and stuff. It pays my bills, but I come home and I work on Nilbog and I get no notes. I have no notes, and that's the beauty of having a hobby that you love. It feeds you creatively. Your day job might not feed you creatively, even though it may be a creative job. But what you making Bub-O and working on Nilbog and everybody working in chat who does VTubing. There's a lot of VTubers in chat. I know that. Yeah, you're VTuber. You have a hobby that really it lets you. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm like I am the Jabo. Like I'm exactly like that. Like I wake up early to work on my stuff before I go to my day job. It gets me out of bed, it gets me excited, and then by the time I get to work, I'm all wired and excited. And it's hard to like pull yourself away from your interest to pay the bills, but
yeah, passion projects are so damn important.
Yeah, you have to be responsible. You have to be an adult.
Yeah, because you ultimately have to pay the bills. So like, if you're only doing the thing that doesn't pay, you might end up getting into a different type of like hot water. Like, I'm gonna be on the street pretty soon. Okay, Salem VHS. Is there any other indie game you look at and use as a sort of control or reference if you want to share as inspiration from works? I hope that makes sense. I think I had a question that's similar, and we can jump to that question. What games inspired you?
Well, I mean, I've been playing games forever, of course, like everybody. And my story's a little different because when I grew up, like, I'm old, and I didn't know that you could be a game development, like, or be a game dev when I was a kid. Like, I had no idea. And it was hard back then because it was just, like, horrible, simple computers and all that coding. And it's like, I can never do that. I was never good at math or anything. So I went route of animation, and that's, like, I loved both, and I picked animation because I knew I could go to a school and learn how to do animation.
Mm-hmm.
There was no video game schools back then or anything, you know? It was so new. It was still so new. And then, so, like, I've been playing games my entire career, like, forever, never stopped. And I kept, like, learning and said, that'd be cool if I could do this, it'd be cool if I could do this. And now, finally, it feels like tools are more accessible. I spent more time, like, learning how to program. And now I can actually, like, take all that knowledge and make games, even if they're simple. Like I learn as much as I can. Like, I can play a game now, and I'm like, I have more appreciation for it because I go like, oh, that's why Mario goes into a warp like this. You know what I mean? It makes sense.
Yeah, you have
now I understand why they do that. Exactly, it's so cool.
Wow. Yeah. That's so cool.
Did I answer the question? I might not have answered the question.
No, I think you did. Yeah, you have a new understanding as you got older. Tell me about the soundtrack. And
oh man, okay. It's the first ever rogue-like soundtrack, which means there have been games in the past that have randomized certain parts of the game, or even had like riffs that were randomized. But this is the first game where this is totally 8-Bit Weapon's idea, and I showed him the game, and he's like, "Oh, what if we did this?" And basically, he wrote 54 loops of different lengths, and then the game itself randomizes all the loops, and it makes a new soundtrack. So
every time you play,
exactly. So every time you play the game, when you start to play, the game plans out the entire game soundtrack. Pulls all the loops, it orders everything, and then if you die and you go back, it will go back and re-randomize it. But if you're having a good run, it will play straight through all that stuff, and it'll pick from this big library of stuff.
If you're having a good run, it waits things that you haven't heard yet to play coming up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like we're still working on the math, but it's it's over 2,000 musical variations when you play the game. So. There are, like, it's not random notes. It's actually like loops that Seth wrote. That are like loops that he planned this whole thing out and said, okay, this is good for this drum track, and it will also be good with this drum track and this bass, and he's just like he calls it Legoing the soundtrack.
Oh
which
yeah,
he
it's
builds it out
modular.
out of Lego.
I get it. It's
Exactly.
modular.
Yeah,
Because random notes would make it sound so discordant and like it would sound awful. But because it's like, oh, plug and play, like it's a remix. It's constantly remixing itself, and that is a really good idea. Wow.
The cool thing though is like when I was working on it, was like he came up with this idea, like that'd be great, and then he had to write all these loops just for me to try to test the idea because I'm still like learning how to make this happen. Like you could say, oh, it'd be cool if we did this, but until you actually sit down and learn how to make it work, like that was the hard part because. The way it works now is like, as you saw, like you play through so many levels and then a new song starts, play through so many levels and a new song starts. But later in the game, you play through all 40 back to back. And as you're playing, it's remixing the entire soundtrack live. And it is actually like changing and changing the tempo and everything to match the pace that you're going through the game. So that was the hardest part to figure out.
Wow.
It took forever, but like it works. Like, hopefully it won't crash. But yeah, it seems to work.
Wishlist this game. Go follow the pinned message and add it to your Steam wishlist because you're playing something unique. It's gonna be this is groundbreaking. It's so cool.
I think maybe 8-Bit Weapon might.
He says 8-Bit Weapon says it's all complete songs where the drum bass leads are arranged in a traditional verse chorus bridge format. It's not random loops every few moments. Oh, so does that mean there could be a Bub-O Burst Spotify release? Like in a way you could, because like, there's always going to be some sort of variation, but like, I mean, I'd throw it on while I'm, doing my goblin thing. I throw it on now
just to groove to it. It's such a great.
Yeah,
that's so good, and we might maybe. If there's enough interest in this game, I might actually build like some kind of hidden player in there, so you could actually like change it on the fly and make it cool.
Ooh,
yeah, it just depends.
New game idea, yeah.
If there's enough time and enough interest, I will definitely get in there.
Gore says, "Crazy Bus crawled, sputtered, and died on the sidewalk so that Bub-O Burst could run." Is it Crazy Bus? Is that another modular sound? Bub-O Beats. That's another a rhythm game. Humble Sharky. That effing great. A rhythm game in the Bub-O universe called Bub-O Beats. And let's see, TNS Teeny. My question: what game growing up had the most impact on you, and why? Most impact.
Most impact. Well, my favorite system ever is the NES. That's my favorite. And one game that I really loved for that game, of course, is Mario 2 and 3. One of my favorites.
I see it. I see it.
One platform game that I really loved was Bionic Commando. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
With the arm.
You run and you can shoot your arm, but it's a platform game where you can't jump, which is like such a cool idea to me because it's like, how can you make a platform game where you can't jump? So that's where I learned like limitations could lead to like some really cool design ideas, But I think one of my favorite games for NES is still Gimmick. It's a platformer. I don't know if you ever played that.
Is it Mr. Gimmick or is it Gimmick?
It's Gimmick in Japan, and then they released it in Europe as Mr. Gimmick.
I've heard of Mr. Gimmick, but remind the audience.
It's a game where you're like a little green Oni, and you run through a fantasy world, and you can shoot a star from your head. And then when you shoot it, you can jump on the star to get to other places. You can actually ride the star around the screen. And for the NES, those like platform physics are unmatched. There's not a better game with better physics. Like even Mario, like even Miyamoto goes, "This is like unbelievable," So
wow,
yeah, it's great.
It sounds almost like a proto Kirby with the star and flying around, but maybe
I think it came out after Kirby.
Oh, okay.
But you don't, but
Kirby has its own mechanic. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. Question from Salem. What's your favorite pizza, Gabe? Nothing to do with the game. I'm letting you decide what pizza I get for tonight. What's your favorite pizza?
I'm boring. I like just plain cheese pizza. That's what I like.
Plain cheese. Sorry. No, you got to get it too, because that's what you said, and there it is. You asked.
The Weapon says He had a recommendation. Did you see that?
Try a pepperoni jalapeno pineapple pizza. Mmm.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Flavor country. Also, to answer your question, Crazy Bus is known only because its title screen music is random notes that, if I recall, aren't even on a traditional scale. I think we're gonna have a Crazy Bus gamer night. Gamer night.
Which game is that?
Crazy Bus. Well, yeah, I'm unfamiliar.
There's another game called Iridian 2 for the Game Boy Advance, where you can pick the different, like there's 4 different parts of the song you can change, but it's only on title screen again. It's not actually in the game. You know?
Oh, cool.
So we're gonna build right now, like the first part of the game where it's cutscene, and one of the endings is also like just a normal song, and we're gonna be actually going in and randomizing those too. So the entire thing will be randomized.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I love that. Let's see. Question, TNS Teeny asks, are you a Pokemon fan? If so, got a favorite? Question for you as well, Nilbog. Oh, you go first.
I am not a Pokemon fan. I like Pokemon, but I'm just not as familiar with it as my friends. Yeah. And I think Nilbog is like knows more about it than I do, and definitely has a favorite.
That's so funny. You know, I'm an elder millennial. I don't mind admitting it. And Pokemon came out when I was a senior in high school, and I think I just missed it by that much of caring about it. If I was a little bit younger, it would have captivated me. I love the anime, but I've tried many times to get into this series, and it's just not for. It's okay. Some games aren't for me, and I don't think I got into Shin Megami Tensei, which is Pokemon with demons. But anyway, Digimon. Yeah, there's a lot of favorite games. Okay, I have other pressing, burning GABE SWARR questions here. Let me. These questions are burning. Let's get. Yeah.
Is that behind you, or is that coming from you, Nilbog?
You don't want to know. It's better. It's always better to wonder. But what tools did you use to make Bub-O Burst?
I used Game Maker.
Game Maker.
And a program called A-Sprite.
A-Sprite.
Those are the 2 programs I used. A-Sprite is just like a pixel art. It's a really cool pixel art program for doing awesome pixel art. It's a guy in Spain who made it. It's freaking awesome. It's kind of like Flash, Adobe Animate.
I call it Flash too.
Yeah, it's set up a lot like that.
Interesting.
With timeline and looping and everything. It's really cool. And then Game Maker is it's a great program for more advanced coding. So it's kind of like C++ mixed with like JavaScript, you know. So it's great. I love it. It took me a while to get into and learn, but now that I could fly through it pretty easily.
Fascinating. Now, so follow up to that. How did you learn coding? Is this like you sat yourself down and watched YouTube videos? Did you take a class?
I totally YouTube.
There's
many amazing tutorials on YouTube that.
Listen to this, folks. YouTube. That's the school of YouTube. Don't go to school. Become a game dev. It's all effing for free.
The other thing that helps too is I have a lot of friends that are game devs, and YouTube can only take you so far. This is what I've learned. You can follow a tutorial, and then you can learn how to do stuff, but it's how you apply that is what makes it. That's what's important.
I love it.
And when you're making a game, it's all about how you organize all these objects and how they're what's talking to what and what's the that's the hard part, and that's the part that I'm still learning. I understand collision and all the basics and stuff, but organizing everything, talking to other game devs, that's the thing that's hard. You know. So
communicate. Yeah, I think that's the best way to learn anything. That's how I learned Blender. Was I took a class, but then and YouTube, but then talking to other people learning Blender, it helps you. Whoa! Whoa!
Luna Spellman just raided with 2 viewers.
Thanks for the raid, Luna Spellman. Welcome on in. We're just interviewing my buddy GABE SWARR about his game. That's so fascinating.
Nilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
Thank you, Big Milk
Industry just followed.
Big Milk Industry. Thanks for the follow. These are great names tonight. I love that icon. It's cute. All right, so let me move on to the next question. Oh, the colors of the game feel so authentic to the 8-bit era. Can you talk a little bit about the palette choices that you made?
Well, it's funny because I didn't set out to actually make the game in color to begin with. Like all the other Bub-O games are black and white, and even if you notice in the game, everything you're interacting with that's not an enemy is black and white.
Would you call that one bit?
Yeah, I really like that 1-bit aesthetic. You know, like
binary.
early,
it's either one or the other.
Yeah, I always like that, and even I made like the very first Bub-O game was on Game Boy Color, but I made it binary, just black and white, just to make the very first 1-bit Game Boy Game Boy Color game. So yeah, and so when I wanted to make it in color, because people would play it and they're like, "This is too crazy." I actually didn't restrict myself to an NES palette. I based all the palettes on this.
Oh my God, he's got it here. Transformers more than meets the movie.
The original '86 movie. Like if you notice, like some of the backgrounds.
Oh, I know.
Like the when you're getting scored.
The orange and yellow, or that box right there, huh?
It's Hot Rod. That's his colors.
Oh, hello.
And then
Transformer nerds in the chat represent. It's
Hot
Rod.
The very first board, the background colors are the palette of Galvatron.
Galvatron.
And if you keep
keep
going through, you'll notice like the palettes of some of the backgrounds are actually Transformers. So.
Whoa! Nerd alert! Nerd alert! I love it. Hot Rod is
it's a little trivia that people don't need to know, but it was fun for me to figure out.
That's effing great. I love it. Also, watch Transformers 1 when you get a chance. It says I am the Jabu.
We have some friends that worked on that, and they
killed
themselves making that movie. So.
Oh, that's a story for another night. We'll do some animation talk, but we'll keep it up to games tonight. Let's see. For people just getting started in their game dev journey, what are some of the first steps that you would share for someone looking to where to even begin? What would help?
Well, I would start going through tutorials. You know, like pick a engine that if you're going to make a 2D game. I recommend Game Maker. If you're making a 3D game, I recommend what's it called?
Godot, Unity. Yep.
Yeah. Godot's a good starter, and then
I recommend
work your way up to Unreal, basically.
Hell yeah! That's what Nilbog's in Unreal. I'm in no way a game dev, but in making this, I had to learn blueprints. I had to learn state machines, and what makes them do this, and go from one to the other, and blending animation, and it's game adjacent. VTubing is game adjacent.
And if you start learning all these skills. And you have an idea that you want to like make a game, start small. Like don't make the biggest game.
Don't make your open world 8-bit like it's gonna be GTA but 3D but not, and it's gonna involve a grappling hook, and I want it to also be a shooter.
And the very first step of any game is getting your character moving around. And if you can't, the main play your character. Yeah. And if that's not interesting, if that's not fun, stop. Or figure out why it's fun. Make that fun. That's what the player is going to be doing all the time. If that's not fun, no one's going to enjoy playing it. So. Yeah.
The walking and how he maneuvers through the environment has got to have a good feel. Like a good... It's got to feel good, or you're gonna like, okay, why continue?
You build like then you should have some idea of like, oh, I want him to be able to like jump this way or react to this type of thing, and then you start building everything around that. Don't go the other way. Like build everything around like you need some kind of loop. You need some kind of like, if I do this, then it will change this in the world, you know? So that's game dev 101. That's what I've learned. I see it all the time where people like just, oh, it'd be so cool if you do this, and then why? Like why does it do that? You know,
Yeah.
or she.
Yeah. Like they say, anti-pro gamer tip, make your game like Duke Nukem Forever and it'll be too over ambitious. It'll never come out. That's it. That's what happened. If your game is too big, it'll never come out. And
I mean,
then you're
I've
stuck.
also been talking to a lot of game devs, like big professional people who are in charge of big companies and stuff. And they keep saying that more and more people are wanting these smaller, more intimate experiences because like these big games, like they did a study and they found that like these big games are like 100-hour games. A lot of people only get through the first 5 hours and that's it. So like they're basically making these huge games for millions of dollars and they're only need to make a tiny portion of them.
Yeah. The future is indie. That's great.
Or at least that scale, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so relating to indie games, I have a question. How important is wishlisting? Wishlisting a game?
I'm still very new to this. This is totally an independent venture. I didn't get any funding or anything for this. It's just me sitting down making it, and then Seth and I partnered with the music. But what I've learned is like raising awareness is the hardest part of this whole thing. There are, I think it was 1,000 games that came out on Steam every month last year on average.
Wow.
So it's really, really hard to get noticed. And then also just from a business standpoint, if you're not getting enough wish lists, then you won't. Sometimes games don't even get released because
the publisher, they'll be like, why are we going to drop the money on any sort of advertising further? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So folks, everybody in here, your job tonight, if you do one thing, your action item, this is the wish list of Palooza, and I want you to follow that pinned message. Thanks for the follow, main coup. And wishlist this game. Boom, wishlisted. Hey, for every wishlist, you get one booba flash. How about that?
You know, something else too with like wishlists is like if you're a small company and you want to add all these extra features just to make the game cool, if there's not a lot of wish lists, they won't do it. I mean, it's like, why put all that effort into it if people aren't going to ever find the game?
Right.
You just move on to the next game.
You mentioned something a couple days ago about how COVID affected indie game development, and it was really fascinating. You said during COVID there was more indie games being made than usual, too, wasn't there? And so now, after COVID's out, now all of a sudden there's kind of a lot of like pretty decently made games dropping all. I'm talking like Blood. Thank goodness you're here. Like these are all kind of games that were all made during COVID and are now like kind of blowing up, but a lot of them are having trouble finding an audience, you know? Do you want to speak to that?
There was so much, and this is what I heard. This is what I was told. There was so much outside money coming into games because they saw that there wasn't, it was like a pandemic-proof industry, so all these people started investing in it, and then all these games started getting funding, and new games got made, which is awesome, right? But now, like 2 years later, all those games are coming out, and it's just
the market's flooded. When the market's flooded, look, even though this is Twitch, a site dedicated to video games and playing them, people only got so much time in the day. And so you got to make some choices. Am I going to play the big AAA game tonight and this week? Or am I going to play the small indie game? I'm going to play the flavor of the week. I'm going to play an old favorite. I'm going to play a retro game. Like, it's tricky. You're vying for everyone's attention. Like we are right now. You know, it's tough.
I just want to make stuff that people will have fun playing. I don't want to make things that are super long. I want to make stuff where you just get in, you have some fun, because that was my favorite gaming experience. Like,
Mm.
as a kid, I'd go in, play Mario for a little bit, maybe not beat it, have fun running around, and then I can get out. That's kind of like the idea of a lot of games that I make.
The attention economy. Gravrat said it. Gore. Yep. The attention economy is real. That's what this is. Oh, hey, I wanted to pop in and say hi. Hey, Pixelgeist. Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. 8-Bit Weapon says, play something that is fun and different on every level, like Bub-O Burst. Yeah. And it's got some great 8-Bit Weapon music. And the demo comes out on Monday, we should mention. And, can you tell the price of your game, Gabe?
It's still being figured out.
Okay.
Like, that's something that I'm learning, too, with these things, is like what the actual... I mean, it's not going to be over $10, I can tell you that.
Okay.
It's a very small, fun game.
Sure.
And then, so that's basically where
I got
you basically look at like what other games are out that are kind of similar to yours and see how they're being priced.
Oh, I'm sure it's like you don't want to under it because you're missing out, but you want to go too high because then no one clicks it. So it's finding a sweet spot. That's why wish listing is important, people. Wish list.
Also, like, we can ask the chat how much they would actually pay for a game.
Hey, let's you guys, people that have been here for a little bit. We played it about an hour ago for a hot 30 minutes or so. Float some numbers. Let's talk turkey. We won't make fun of you. It's not insulting. This is business. It's just business. Anyway, let's see. What other questions can I think of?
I think you wanted me to mention some other games that inspired this game, right?
Yeah. What are some other Bub-O likes?
This game in particular, I was very inspired by Mr. Do. Like, I love Mr. Do. Like, I looked at specific arcade games for this game. Mr. Do, Pac-Man, of course. Bubble Bobble is another one.
I see it.
The dinosaur shooting bubbles. Ladybug, which is another maze runner. And then a console game that I like, which is not not exactly the same, but it's called Guzzler. It was for the SG-1000.
That sounds dirty.
Which was the system before the Sega Master System.
Oh, right. So, I've heard of it. So you're saying these are all romanceable options in the Bub-O dating sim?
Exactly.
Mr. Do, Guzzler, hello.
So those are some of the games that really inspired me for this game. Overall, I wanted to take something very simple and then build from it and just make it like a fun, twitchy experience,
What was the most challenging thing about making this game in particular? Was there anything that proved on this game, it's different than your other games. Was there anything that was proved harder to solve that
luckily this wasn't my first Game Maker game. Like, I took a lot of time to learn Game Maker, and I made another game right before this that I'm trying to get funding for. It's a bigger Bub-O game, but that I stopped development on that and continued on this, and I learned a lot from that. There was the biggest thing. If this was the very first Game Maker game, it would be learning Game Maker. That's the hardest part. But since I did cut my teeth on the last demo that I did, this one was the Unbub AI. Like, he just moves very simple. Like, basically it's Centipede but turned sideways. The Centipede moves
yeah. Oh, I see
down. This is sideways. It goes up and down, moves to the right or left.
That's cool.
And he would get stuck. So I'm not a brilliant programmer, but I built this thing where I said, okay, when you get stuck, where are you? How do you solve the problem? And then I made a little logic for him to get unstuck.
I love it.
And then I started talking to other game devs, and they're like, why didn't you just use this algorithm? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I guess there's like a algorithm that everybody uses for like that specific thing, where it says like, where am I? Where do I go? But I built the whole thing without even knowing that.
Like, cause I'm a genius. Cause I didn't need your stupid algorithm. Like,
because I get bullheaded. I'm like, I could do this. I could do this, And then the other part was actually the randomizer. Like, that was the randomizer for the music. That was a big challenge because so the game itself, all code runs at 60 frames a second. So every single frame, it's running through all the code for the entire game every 60 times a second. but music runs at around 44,000 times a second.
Whoa.
So you have to actually make the game have timing outside of the game logic.
Oh.
And that's what does all the music timing. And when the music timing hits a certain point, it looks at the game and goes, okay, what's happening? What do I have to do?
I gotcha.
So it's actually like kind of like two programs running at the same time, which I had no idea.
That's crazy.
And I guess there's even games like I might incorporate this for my next game, but that's how all like fighting games are. Like the game runs at 60 frames a second, but like when you're playing online, it's running faster than that. It's looking at like what everybody else is doing, and then it gives the average and distributes those to everybody, the other, like what everyone's seeing.
The net code. Yeah. Well, that's fascinating.
And also with the regular game, you could do that too, where you're like, okay, where will everything be? What will happen before it happens?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mayor Cyber says, just let others on my Twitter know to wishlist it too. Love supporting indie devs. Hey, that makes a huge difference. Thank you. And when this is done, I'm going to put up the VOD. If you found this interesting in the least, we would love to just share the link to the VOD. You know, I'll put it up on YouTube and I'll put it up on my Twitch. Like, it means a lot. It means a lot. Game dev is hard. It's rough out there, folks. And we're just helping a buddy out and playing a fun game. That's ultimately what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it. That's my wish here. It's just like, even if you just get the demo, I hope you enjoy it.
Come back on Monday after you play the demo and leave comments and say you enjoyed it. Yeah, or maybe you didn't enjoy
it. At least make a comment.
Make a comment
from those. And the community will be open as well on Steam, so you could totally tell me what you think.
Yeah, rip it apart.
Please tell me.
That's how we grow.
I can still make adjustments before it's
yeah. I want a new game. Oh, that's a funny. Someone was saying, so if you need to patch a game, you could add patches to this on Steam, right? Like,
whenever I want. Yeah, it's great.
That's cool. Let's see. We got that one. Was there any game you wanted to play as a kid but you never did? Like for me, there was like I would see some games in a magazine, and they would usually be like some like, oh, that's an import game, and I'll never be able to play it, but it looks so tantalizing. Hey, Pink Spaghetti, welcome in.
For me, like, I only had an NES growing up, so it was every game for every other system, basically.
Oh my god!
You'd hear about all these games, you're like, oh my gosh, it's probably amazing. But little did I know that the NES games were some of the best games ever, I
was a Sega baby. I chose, the Genesis, the Sega CD, and the 32X. I know. Hold your applause.
There's great games for those. There's great games.
But I didn't get a Super Nintendo till way later, and everybody had they had the good graphics, the fun music, all the cool games that I didn't have. They had the better Street Fighter. They had a couple other ones. That was
I think my dream as a kid was just to have basically what you can do now, where you have every system and you can play basically any game you want.
Look behind you.
Yeah, you can play any game you want that has ever existed or has never existed, because they're even releasing all these people find prototypes and old builds and all this stuff. There's no reason why you can't be a video game expert at this point, because you have it all right there.
Gravrat asks, would you ever make a TV show of Bub-O?
I'd love to make a TV show of Bub-O.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think it'd be fun.
With romanceable season finales.
Yeah, it's only on Cinemax.
Is Cinemax still a thing? I don't think it is.
I don't know. Or Skinemax. Didn't they call it Skinemax?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Those in the know, like us.
Nilbog, did you ever play a game called Rondo of Blood? It's a Castlevania game.
Our mutual friend Tony loaned me his copy, and I finally played it last year on my Polymega. I have, and I love it. It's really fun. Was that one of your Great White Whale? I'd love to play, because that's one I remember seeing in the magazines game fan would be like, oh, you poor saps, you don't import games, you'll never play this.
Well, I mean, it was like back then it was 2D all the time, you know, and then CD stuff happened, and you're like, oh my gosh, like you could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Castlevania, and then I heard about this Rondo of Blood pictures, like, oh my gosh, this game it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came out with the Super Nintendo version, and it wasn't as good. And
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to play it so bad. And then that was one of the things that when I finally got money and like saved up, I didn't get the actual disc. I got like later on, I got like a
repro,
a PC Engine. No, a PC Engine, and then got like a. How did I do that? Oh, those new awesome optical disc emulators.
Oh yeah.
And you could just put the ROM on there, and it's like, oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah.
Because I love that 2D, like the
Mhm.
non Symphony of Blood, like before the Symphony of Blood stuff.
Mhm.
That's still one of my favorite games.
Pink Spaghetti says, recently I've been working on recalling and refining old DOS games with my siblings. Ooh, I remember DOS. I was a big DOS game player. And all the shareware, like you get like, you know, little tastes, the old DOS demos discs that you get in like PC Gamer magazine. Those are fun.
I had an Amiga back in the day. That's
Wow.
Animation.
Amiga had the you know,
the little magazine where you get a little disc and it had like some games on it. You know?
Anybody, if you talk to someone who's over 55 working in the animation industry, they're like, oh yeah, I worked the Amiga, I knew how to plug in the mouse, and I had the big ass scanner, and we just scanned drawings all day. It's all, you know, they don't make them like they used to.
There's a program that I used to do drawings on. It was called Deep Paint, and now there's like
Deep Paint.
Sprite. Yeah, there's like Sprite programs now that are set up like Deep Paint for people to make that transition. I mean, I don't know how popular they are now, but like that's like the very first pixel art program was like based on Deep Paint.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's a good question. What games are you wish listing and looking forward to, and what should we be aware of, Mr. Gabe SWARR?
One that just came out that's very popular.
Get your pencils and papers ready, folks.
It's the guy who created Spelunky.
Oh yeah.
Called UFO 50, and it's a game made for me because it plays like you just got 50 NES games, and they're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, I played it a little bit at a show before it was released, and I haven't actually picked it up yet. I haven't had time to play it, but like, yeah, it was fun. It's fun. It's awesome.
I've seen streams of it, and it makes me want to play, but it also overwhelms me. I'm like, 50 games, I can barely beat one game, but they all look like kind of bite-sized. They look like and they also look like there's like an overarching story, or there's like a grand.
But they're full games. Like, they're not.
Oh, they're not like little demos.
Full games. Yeah, exactly.
Big flop if the owner
Some
just
are like
followed.
you just get a score and that's the game, it's a score chaser. But there's other like full RPGs and everything in there. So it's
Thanks for the
basically
follow.
Derek Yu and his friends. He said this is what he told me. He's like, it's like, yeah, I took 8 years and we did a giant game jam, and that's the game. So he took 8 years to make that game. So
wow.
Please support it. I mean, he's gonna be fine. He's awesome.
I think he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's one that I'm really excited about.
Great.
Another one's called Victory Heat Rally, which is a racing game that is also made in Game Maker, which I found out later. But man, it is so good. I played the demo, and it's like Mario Kart mixed with what's that super scalar game? Arcade. Power Slide.
Yeah. It's like a Sega game. It's like a GP or something. Cool.
Yeah. It's really
hang
cool
on.
The screen is tilting and everything. It is awesome. I love that game.
8-Bit Weapon says, Gabe, was it Electronic Arts Deluxe Paint with animation? Was that the Amiga animation?
Yes. Yep.
Hey, good pull. That's a good pull.
Some other game that's super unknown, which I played the demo and I love. It's called Somnabuster, which is a platformer.
Somnabuster.
Somna Buster.
Somna Buster. Somna Buster.
Yeah, SOMNABUSTER.
Pepe. Got it.
Yeah, it's like it's a really cool platformer with a cool art style. It was fun. Like I played the demo, it was fun.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna look all these up.
There's another one called Shadow Trick. That's cool. It's made by. If you ever played any indie games, mobile games called like the Cattail games, they're really cute. They kind of look like Kirby games for the iOS and stuff. He did a game called Shadow Trick where you're like it's a platform and then you switch and you can be the shadow on the wall.
Ooh.
Around. So yeah, it's a very cute,
high
simple,
concept,
fun,
cute,
short game. Yeah, it's really good, really slick.
Have you seen from the makers of Pocky and Rocky, Natsume, that new one, Shadow of the Ninja? Or
Shadow of the Ninja Reborn? Yeah,
yes.
That's what I'm playing through right now. It's gorgeous.
I am stuck on the second level. I love it. It's really hard and fun. And gorgeous.
The trick for that game, a little pro tip,
Thank you.
Use your other weapons because that's the way, like especially that chain weapon, like it makes the game so much easier.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I gotta
just use the sword.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Yep.
People are literally taking notes for new games to play. That's great. Well, the only other thing I can think of also is if you wanted to show, it might be fun to share your screen and show a little behind the scenes of Game Maker and show us how the fudge is made, if you don't mind. I'd love to see, just open like a level or two.
Yeah, I can show
Folks, we're gonna see how Bub-O began,
or how it is right now.
How it is right now. Yeah, how it behind the scenes.
All right, tell me if you can see this.
I can. Yes.
Okay. So
what are we looking at?
Well, this is the. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Oh, this is the. Here, I'll show you what we're looking at. Okay, first, this is code.
Okay.
This is what you're doing most of the time. This is
you code by hand, like you just like blast it out on your keyboard, or do you have like macros like, oh, if this then that, like how do you?
It's all if statements and like switches and.
Oh my god.
It's very simple.
You don't use nodes, like a pleb like me.
No, I mean, you can. This one has drag and drop like that if you want to, but I just prefer.
You just yeah.
No, I would learn this way. You know what I mean?
Right. You learn it the way our ancestors did it.
Well, yeah. I mean, to me, I don't know if it's more efficient, but it definitely.
It works for you. That's you don't.
For some reason, it just makes sense in my mind. You know.
Gravrat's asking how many states in your state machine.
How many states in my state machine?
I don't know.
Is that there's different states, so I have there's different objects, and the objects control other objects.
Okay.
So the one object I have is called the manager, and that sees what the player's doing. It lays down the enemies. It knows where you are. It knows what's going on, and that one has only a couple states because it depends on what you're doing. So if you're looking at in game, there's there's ways you could do states. There's lots of ways you could do states.
We don't have to go too deep into this. Ain't a programming class. No, it's okay. How about what? Can you show us the tile making of a level?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like the graphic interface or.
Yeah. So let's say I have
a level
player object, and then here's the player object. You can see it here. Here's the player. Here's the actual events for the player.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go into the actual sprites for the character, you can
there's
see,
Bub-O.
You can see.
Oh, cool. There he is spinning. He's cute.
Here he is when he gets stunned.
And
here's when he dies.
He died.
Yeah. So
wow.
Here's shock from the left.
Oh, you have to make different for each side, left side, right side.
Yeah, if I was smart, I could just flip it. Yeah.
Flip it.
I didn't do that. And then the rooms are very simple. They're
oh.
level.
So this is like, yeah, drag and drop. Huh? Kinda?
Yeah. Well, this is actually the second. This is the first level. Yeah, you can just grab these objects. If you're on the right layer. You can grab these objects.
We're making a game here, folks.
And
Live.
This is where the player starts. You could place this anywhere. All these are. There's code attached to each one of these. So in case you put one on top of the other, it deletes it.
Oh, interesting.
Put that in there. This is the background, which is actually smaller, and then it gets expanded out.
Okay.
And then here's where Unbub starts. So that's it. That's basically the whole level, and here's all the levels.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And yeah,
that's great.
There's this warp right here that's hidden that you don't unlock later. It's actually just for debug purposes.
Oh.
So it was my way to go through and actually test game flow at the end. There's these objects out here which are interesting because this is called like my wrapping objects. I think. Yeah, so if like you run into this, you hit it, it draws you over here.
That's the Pac-Man kind of physics built in.
Yep. And then underneath everything, there's like, see all these like marks. Can you see these? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, those little. Yeah.
Yeah, these are actually the bubbles that get filled in as you fill the bubbles.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yep. It's interesting. Florin says Game Maker has a drag and drop thing as well as a Cody code thing. You choose what you want when you start the project. Oh, so it has easy mode and hard mode.
Yeah, I mean they're both the same.
You get the same results, but
exactly.
It's like reading music. You can read it this way, you can read it that way. Whatever.
I started off intentionally going into Game Maker to learn code, like to actually code, because I made a game in Game Boy Studio and it was like that where you just drag and drop and it's all outlined based. And I wanted to learn actual like code because my ultimate goal here is I want to kind of make retro games too, and I have to kind of work backwards. So when you make new games, you're making it in an engine, and then the engine's still running on these older languages. So it's running on assemblies, or this is whatever this language is, this game maker language, and then this runs on C++ or C++, and C++ runs on assembly. Because whatever you're running on, it has to run on assembly. So if you ever wanted to make a really cool game and get to the root of what you're doing, you got to learn, like, I want to eventually work backwards to make a game in assembly. And then I'm really utilizing every piece of that hardware that I can.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
That might be getting a little deep.
No, I'm fascinated by it. I'm learning something new. This is something I'm unfamiliar with, and it looks like some of our chat's familiar with, but maybe not everybody. Oh, is this the background animation? Yeah.
Yeah, just 4 frames here for those.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and I intentionally made them slow because with testing I found people's eyes were like exploding. No exploding eyes. You could always do 60 frames a second instead of 3 frames a second.
Interesting.
It would look like this.
Oh, and now that everybody is going to charge us for their epilepsy bill, is that Galvatron colors? 8-bit weapon?
Yes, this one is Galvatron colors. And this one is Hot Rod colors.
Transformer nerds. Welcome.
I think there's an Insecticon one in here too. Let me see.
Insecticon. More than meets the eye.
I don't know where I put. There's ones I pulled out.
Oh, you're like, oh, that's for the sequel.
No, I just didn't like it. It just didn't fit.
Didn't fit.
Yeah.
Some wind up on the cutting room floor.
I don't even know where they are.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. How are you for time? You got to get going at 7. Are you good?
I should probably get going soon.
Is there chat? If there's any other questions, we'll wrap it up. But if not, this has been Gabe. This has been delightful.
Oh, thanks. This has been a ton of fun. Like I love talking about this stuff and hanging out and just talking games and
If
nerding
you
out on this stuff.
if you make another game, we'll do it again.
Oh, I gotta hurry up and make one.
You got to hurry up and make one. Yeah, and everybody, your one action item. Look at the pinned chat at the top. Wishlist Bub-O Burst. That would be huge. Gabe will thank you. I will thank you.
And the demo comes out on
Monday,
so you can play it. And if you hate it, you can remove your playlist or your wish
Your-
list if you want.
That's hey, you heard it here first. You can say see ya. Lots of luck. But you know, I'm so glad you shared it with us. I had a fun time watching the stream. Thank you both. Thank you for coming. This was really
Thank you so much.
This is really great. And yeah, let me see if I can raid somebody. I'm gonna go to Twitch real quick while I gotcha. And oh, I know who we're raiding. A friend of mine who I am a big fan of. We're gonna do this. Thing. This is someone I tried to raid my first day streaming, and as soon as I raided her, she had ended her stream. So we'll see if it works this time. Did that raid work? Let's see. Thank you, Gabe.
Yeah, of course.
Let me see. Oh, he's gonna play the game. Why not? Send us out playing the game.
Sector 3.
Did the raid work? I don't know if I can do a raid with a queen pin or with a pinned chat. Anyway, goblin raid time. Is a raid? Where is it? It's not letting me send you guys. I'm so bad at this. Everybody watch Gabe win. Might have mistyped the command. I probably did. Let's try it again. Some people have raids disabled. I think I just typed it wrong. /raid queen bib. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Here it goes. We're sending you guys off. Say hello. I'm not sure what she's doing tonight, but it's a streamer I'm a fan of. Adios. Thanks, Gabe. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Nilbog.
Good night.